Yes, it is a great evening.
Absolutely. Okay, and we are live streaming.
Awesome.
So, hello everybody. Welcome to our team Zoom. It's Monday night of a holiday week, so looking forward to that. But anyways, my name is Harlequin Murray. I am your co-host this evening, as I usually am. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. We're excited to get to know you and looking forward to working with you. But we're going to have this. Ellen's going to talk about a few things and then we'll answer any questions that you may have. But for those of you who don't know who Ellen is, she is my personal enroller. I've been fortunate to know her for the last 20 years now, so super good friend of mine. And anyway, she is originally from Dallas, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta. Grew up here and has lived here most of her life. She lived in a few other places in metro Atlanta, but for the most part, she's lived in Dallas on her family's farm property. But she has a strong background in the restaurant industry, in management and training, and has been a small business owner for many years. She owned a couple of different pizza restaurants. Still owns a limousine company, and she's got an insurance agency as well as her DAC business. But she's got a strong training background. When I met her almost 20 years ago, is was in a network marketing company, and she was the national training director for that company. But anyway, she is super excited to be with us, as she always is. And also, she's one of the top distributors with, or top brokers with DAC. So we're fortunate to have her on our team. And without further ado, Miss Ellen, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that. I appreciate you opening up every week and your commitment to being here on these Zooms, your commitment to your team, your commitment to DAC, and your commitment to winning. I like winning. So I've got some slides I want to go into and go through, point a few things out as we lead into this. It is Thanksgiving week. So I know a lot of people are already getting into holiday mode. We had a great conversation about that on today's Zoom and the huddle, and that is don't get into holiday mode and don't assume that because it's a holiday weekend that your friends and family and people that you'll be socializing with over the coming holiday that they're in holiday mode. Maybe they're already thinking about, man, I wish I was doing something else. Here goes another year of being in this job that I hate, right? So might be perfect opportunity for you to be recruiting and talking about the business opportunity. It also might be an opportunity for you to talk to those business owners that are looking to close out the year strong. They've got some ideas to take advantage of, but they don't have the working capital that they need to make that happen. Also, we're rolling into open enrollment here with healthcare, and we each have a link to our ClearShare healthcare program. It's a great program. It's the health program that I have decided to use. It is a clear share program. It's a health share product. It is not a insurance product, which a couple of things on that. It is ACA required, not ACA, um, ERISA compliant. Okay, so it provides preventative care and some of the basic care, but it is not an insurance product. So that means that it's not regulated by each state's insurance agency. So that's a really good thing for me because it means that the cost of it is so much lower. Guys, I'm 63 years old and I pay $400 for my health care plan. I've got a $5,000 max out of pocket, $5,000 deductible on that, and I also have a critical illness plan that goes with it because for me, most likely if I were to end up in the hospital or anything of that nature, taking an emergency ride, it would be because of an accident or an injury. and I've got those riders on my ClearShare plan. So I've got really affordable coverage that provides all the preventative care that I need. It also covers hospitalization. I do doctor copays. If I go to my primary care doctor, it's a $20 copay. If I go to a specialist, it's a $50 copay. So it works exactly like insurance. I present the card, I make my copay if it's applicable, and then I get an explanation of benefits and I pay my share if there's anything left over on that. So it's a great program for people that are generally healthy and are non-smokers and who do not have pre-existing conditions. Now, if they're diabetic or have high blood pressure or something that's controlled with medication, it still can be a good fit. But if they've got pre-existing conditions such as cancer or heart issues or any type of disease that might be considered life-threatening, then they're probably not a good fit for Health Share. But I would recommend that you look into it. You can go through your site through the bottom of your DAC site, click on that link, the health care link, and go over and fill out the form. And the team over at Clearwater will actually go through and do a question and answer with your client and be able to determine if it's a good fit for them. If not, they can help your client navigate through to an insurance product or over to the Affordable Care Act through healthcare.gov. But right now, if you've been paying attention to the news, a lot of those subsidies that were inflated back when we had COVID relief, those extra subsidies have been removed from the healthcare.gov with the Affordable Care Act, which I've always said since it went into place, we weren't told the truth on what happened. And I say that not from a political perspective, but from my own personal perspective, right? We were told that we'd be able to keep our same doctors. And when I was forced to sign up on one of those care plans on healthcare.gov, guess what? I didn't keep any of my doctors. All the doctors that I'd had for years were not available in that network. We were also told that it would be cheaper, and my cost, out of pocket cost, went through the roof when that government backed plan came forth. So there are better options out there. And that's why I love our Health Share today, simply because it works. It's a good fit for me, not a good fit for everybody. But let me go into the slides and touch on what we have for tonight. Let me get that screen share up. And here we go. Okay, the first slide that I have, let me go back up one. There we go. Our top recruiters, which is what I always start out with, and that is with anyone who had 2 or more recruits for the week. Well, this is the first week, I think, ever since I've been doing this that we didn't have anybody that had more than 1 recruit. So no one made it to the top leaderboard this week. You had to have 2 or more recruits to be listed by name and recognized. Many of you had 1 recruit, so congratulations to those of you who had 1 recruit for the week. And also, if you didn't have a recruit, but you've been talking to people, you've been inviting them to look at the business opportunity, it's just a matter of time before you will have a recruit, and a matter of time before you'll have 2 or more and be recognized on our leaderboard. All right. We did have several people, though, that got started as new brokers and have already completed training in their first 7 days. And this is over the past 2 weeks. I recognized some folks last week that came in those past 2 weeks and didn't want to be redundant by naming them again. But I want to congratulate these brokers who have taken it seriously, getting started, getting out of the gate with a fast start of getting their certification completed. And that is Ada Capital. I assume that's how you say that, Ada Capital LLC. Billy Rosario, Chris Griffin, Eric Carrican, Joanne Hall, Kelly Ray Crystal, Brian, actually that's Kelly Bryan, Proficient Capital LLC, and Rain Bell. Congratulations to all of you guys and gals who got your certification completed. We're seeing that the people that get their certification done within their first couple of weeks are the ones that are most likely going to get it done period. And remember, if you don't get certified, if you're a broker with us and you haven't gone through the certification process, if you refer a client or if you have someone renew that has already gotten funded and they do a renewal without you doing anything, our renewal team helps them get a renewal, or maybe they just reached out to our funding team on their own. If they get a renewal, if you didn't go through certification, you're only going to get a 10% commission versus 40% as a base commission that you would earn if you went through certification. So take that seriously. I see some people in the team missing out on some serious money. I'm talking four-figure money sometimes because they haven't gone through the certification process. They've taken their DAC business very casually, and it becomes a casualty for them when they're missing out on a big commission because a client got renewed. They didn't know the renewal was coming. They weren't paying attention to their business, and they missed out on a sizable commission. So don't let that happen to you. Also, talking about recruiting, David talks about this from time to time. And I want to remind everyone that we're seeing about one out of three of our fundings are coming from brand new brokers who are here within their first 30 days. So if you want an opportunity to earn overrides and start building a team to where you can earn passive income off of the efforts of other people, like Harlequin has done over time and I have done over time, then start recruiting, because your new recruits are most likely to be the ones that are going to go out and talk to business owners and get those new funding. So just want to put that out there. Also, I really want to recognize and congratulate Orlando Darden. Orlando is on Harlequin's team, and he was the first broker spotlight that we've done in a long time. This was November the 18th. McGuire, who is on our corporate team, made this post in the Facebook group. He said, today's broker spotlight is shining on Orlando Darden Jr., a standout example of what commitment, heart, and persistence look like inside the DAC community. Orlando has been a consistent force for good, always showing up, participating, supporting others, and pushing himself to grow. His dedication to helping business owners access the capital they need reflects everything we value at David Allen Capital. We're incredibly proud of his recent successes, and we're even more excited for the great things still ahead. Keep going strong, Orlando. The impact you're making is real, and your best chapters are still coming. So he's, as you can see in the box up at the top, he's been serving and continuing to grow as a professional in financial services industry for over 35 years, has been among his life's passionate purposes. Over 4 years ago, he joined DAC with the goal of becoming the agent, now broker of change, for business owners needing working capital, yet who faced barriers to accessing it. To know that there is a better way, and that I'm honored to serve as their business funding shepherd to help lead the way to the capital they need to fuel the further growth of their business. So congratulations, Orlando. Do you see Orlando on here tonight, Harlequin?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to give
Yeah.
him an opportunity to speak if he were on
Yeah.
with.
One thing I will say about Orlando,
Yeah,
when he got his first funding, he was actually living in Portugal at the time.
nice. So
So
that,
he was even doing it, he was even doing the business when he was living overseas. So,
yeah,
yeah.
very much like the Duhanes do, where
Yep.
you don't have to be in your local community to be business, uh, talking to business owners, local business owners, and you don't have to be in the United States to be successful. You do have to be legal to be in the United States or Canada, meaning you have to have a tax ID number and a legal residence here. But that's great. I forgot about that. That's been a long time ago when he did
Yeah.
that.
That was
So
back when he first got started with us. And,
yeah,
um, he's been back in the States for several years now. But, yeah.
good stuff. Well, I see that they've done another broker spotlight and they're going to continue doing those, but I wanted to congratulate Orlando because he's on our team. Okay. All right. Next thing, we I will remind you that we do a daily huddle weekdays at 11:30 a.m. There will not be one on Thursday because the office is closed for Thanksgiving. David talked about the schedule, and he said that, it's a holiday week. The office is going to be closed Thursday and Friday, with email support only, no phone calls coming in, giving everybody a long holiday weekend there. But I'm just from past experience, I would expect David to do a recording of some sort and upload that in lieu of a live meeting on Friday. And that could change. He may announce something that we have an update on Friday, but he'll probably put out a recording, which he typically does on holidays like that. So be on the lookout. But if you're missing these huddles, you're really missing a tremendous conversation about our business. So many new brokers get started and they go, okay, I'm certified, and they think they're done with their training, but that's not really the case. That certification is simply there to make sure that everybody's on the same page, understanding the policies and marketing policies and rules, and what it takes to be representing David Allen Capital and the basics of our funding program. But our business is constantly moving, and there's changes in our funding platform and great success stories along the way. So you want to stay plugged in after you do the certification and not just feel like it's a one and done, that you're finished. Part of that certification is, again, the basics, but staying plugged in keeps you motivated, keeps you on top of what's going on, any updates that are coming out. And it also lets you hear success stories that other people are doing, which are great memory joggers for, listening to a story and you're going, oh, I need to reach out to so and so. I forgot about them just because of a story that gets told. So plug into those live if you can. The recordings are only about 10 minutes, but if you're on there live, you have an opportunity to get on 5 minutes early, doing shout outs and telling some stories. And then after David says, okay, break at the end of that huddle, the recording stops, but the conversation continues. So if you can be on there live, you never know what you might be missing out. Some of the best golden nuggets that you'll ever get in your business are through those live conversations that are shared on the huddle there. All right. Next thing I want to point out is that we've got funding stories being posted now in the Facebook group. They're shared on the huddle, but they have started doing funding stories in Facebook. So I've got that pulled up here. You can find that under images, and then you can just click on through and you'll find funding story after funding story. Well, I had them going there. Multiples. Hey, there's that event. Harlequin invited me to go to a networking event here recently, which the man in the front there is Governor Brian Kemp, the governor of the state of Georgia. He was at a local business association here for their 50th anniversary. So let's see, there's Harlequin right there, and there I am in the back. Well, actually, we were on the front row. So great picture there, Harlequin. Thanks for posting that and saying, can you spot me in the picture? I like it. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are seeing that. It's in the Facebook group. So go find that information. If you haven't used this entrepreneurial story, you want to do that. And I've covered that last week. So I'll go off a share and open up, see if anybody's got any questions, running into any issues, need some pointers along the way, challenges, got a success story you want to share, anything of that nature. And now is your time. Raise your hand.
Actually, Ellen, I'll add something just for people to think about. It is getting to be the end of the year, and a lot of business owners who have made money this year, but they're wanting to minimize their taxes. They're wanting to go and buy things like new vehicles or new equipment for their business, things like that. If they go and do that before the end of the year, they get to take the tax write-off. So sometimes they're needing to borrow money in order to purchase those additional items. So just something to think about when you're talking to business owners. ask them, hey, are you needing to offset some revenue on your taxes? And, what type of things are you wanting to do with that?
Great point. Great point. All right. And yeah, exactly, Ray. Good tip. All right. Anybody before we wrap up? I won't keep you long. I don't like running these just to hear myself talking. It's all for your benefit. If you're watching on the replay, we appreciate you taking time to do that. If you're here live, thank you for showing up for your business, taking time out of your evening to be here with us tonight. Okay, I don't see any comments in the chat and I don't see any hands raised, so we will wrap it up for the night. Okay, I hope you all have a blessed Thanksgiving holiday. Go be really put together some thoughts on what you're thankful for and what this holiday means. To me, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it gives me that time to reflect on all of the things around me and all the people around me that I'm thankful for. And I hope you do the same and take some quality time and spend that with family and friends and all those loved ones that you may not get to see any other time of the year. So have a blessed Thanksgiving. Hope to see you on the next